Hello guys, I'm here to talk about one of the best episodes of anime I've ever watched, and it's Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 19. So, this episode was incredible. I just finished watching it. The reaction should be up on the reaction channel right now, so if you're interested in that, go check that out. Link should be in the description. But, my god, was this episode perfect. Visually, it's the best episode that Mappa has produced yet for Attack on Titan, and it's also one of the best episodes in all of Attack on Titan visually. If you're talking about perfection, then this is it. You don't need flashy Sakuga to make a really good looking episode of anime. You can just have consistently good, well drawn frames, a lot of line work, and Attack on Titan has that, especially with this episode. Mappa has been struggling with the character designs, but the character designs themselves, they are so good that if drawn well, they're gonna look amazing. And that's exactly what we got in this episode. It was drawn really well, and that's why it was amazing. So first things first, I'm gonna go to the best cut. It's not particularly impressive, even though it's the best cut, but that's because it's not like insanely flashy Sakuga. Okay, here it is. Fat bastard comes in, reloads cocks the gun. That's again a really cool piece of animation on its own. Like the best single cut from Final Season Part 1 was Gabi reloading the gun, and yeah, the attention to detail as far as realism goes is a lot for the season at least. Some really cool smears. And she uses the gas to come to a stop. Blades are on her back. Again, really cool smears and slice and dice. So the fat bastard is dead. The fat racist bastard, well, who hates Eldians. A lot of people hate Eldians, but that is it, right? It is racist. Yeah, he's dead. Mikasa killed him. That's pretty cool. The blood effects, really cool as usual. Now I'll go back to the beginning and just talk from there. Episode starts with the opening, always a good sign for hype episodes. Whenever hype episodes start with the opening, that just means shit's gonna go down. Galliad trying his best, but a lot of blur again because it's 3D, but they could get away with reducing the blur a bit, I'm sure. And fully hardened. It's not just his knuckles anymore that he's hardening, he's hardening his entire fist. And his arm, his entire forearm is hardened. And just completely gets wrecked. Gets hit in the nape. I'm sure at this point you could even make a montage of just Galliard getting beat up by Eren. I'm sure that's gonna be a thing soon. And that's not it. If you thought it was once, just look at that. The pull effect, right? Yeah, he's just pulling that out. His arm is lodged in there, and he's just struggling at the first. It's not just smoothly releasing his arm. It's lodged in there, and he has to exert some upward force, and then it's coming upwards. Why is that impressive? That is impressive because this is 3D, and the sense of weight and power is often lost in 3D animation. But here it's done perfectly. You can tell that his arm is lodged in there. You can tell how powerful the initial blow was just from that. And Eren's like, what to do next? Let's continue bashing his fucking nape in. Gets shot in the head again. And his arm. Okay, I actually didn't catch that the first time. And again, a really good indication of how strong the bullet is, because after it passed through his head, it passed clean through a tower. After it passed through his hardened arm and head, it continued passing and then went through a tower. So that's really fucking strong. And a lot of 2D action. Most of it was 2D action. I don't think I saw CGI scouts in this episode. Peak doing peak things, being bestical. I thought Flock got hit at first, but it's not Flock. You can't do this with a traditional tank. Peak tank is better than traditional tank, and also thick. Gotta deal with her first. Good idea. How are they doing that? I don't know. It's so far away. It's like a tiny dot. Mikasa to the rescue, and it was Connie who launched the Thunder Spear. Look at how, just to add movement. Okay, first frame, this guy on the left moved and Connie moved. Second frame, only the guy on the right moved, and in the very back, I think it's Mikasa and Armin, they moved. Third frame, again, this guy and Connie moved. Fourth frame, nothing. Fifth frame, everything moves in this frame, including the now existing Thunder Spear. Next frame, nothing. Next frame, again, this guy and Connie and his bullet, or the shell. Everything is moving out of sync, and this is a very good technique to make motion out of very little motion. This is not animated in ones, this is not animated in twos, but let's say for the first few instances you looked at this guy, but then when the spear is shot, you will look at the spear and you'll see Connie moving. So for your eyes, for what you're focusing on, there's always movement. You're not focusing on the guy on the right who is still for most of the time, and you're not saying that, oh, it's just a still frame because that guy is still. No, there are a lot of other elements that are moving, and they're all moving independent of each other, which just gives you an illusion of motion even more. I'm sure someone's gonna pause this frame, screenshot this guy's face, and go like, huh, people are saying this episode is well animated, look at this guy's face, it looks like shit. I mean, this is the best Mappa could do, so I guess. No, it's a still frame that goes away in the very next frame, so. Really cool explosion. Probably Satoshi Sakai. That man does not need to sleep. He probably animates explosions in his sleep. And the spark seems like digital, and they're really good digital effects. It's just really nice seeing good 2D effects after I got my eyes blown up by the new Demon Slayer episode with their digital effects. Not saying that's bad, but I prefer 2D effects anytime. I prefer 2D anything anytime. But yeah, it was just blowing my eyes up with too much information is what Ufotable was doing. And they made the episode look quite good, but I might actually prefer this aesthetic over the Ufotable composite. Because these guys, they're doing pretty well with the composite, at least for this episode. It was really good. See here, if they wanted to add more motion, all they had to do, it just feels like a PNG is being dragged on the screen right now. So all they had to do to depict motion is you can see the light reflecting off her wires right now, right? And the light, it's reflecting from a consistent point the entire time. If this light just moved along the wire, it would give an illusion of motion, which this just doesn't give. Her wires in the back, they're moving, but all they need to do is just make it look like this light is going backwards or just moving anyway on the wire, and it would look like there's more motion. Because this just feels like they are two weightless PNGs essentially just being dragged along the screen. This horse CGI with the guys on top, fantastic, really. Barely anyone will be able to even notice that this is not 2D, because it really looks a lot like 2D, especially the line work, the thickness of the lines. It all looks perfect. Again, most of the horse movements, they're completely different and completely out of sync, because if all of them were moving the same way, it would look awkward. It would look really weird. It would look like Attack on Titan Season 1, where the horses look like super janky and they look like PS2 models. And that continued all the way till Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. All of which CGI sucked. Completely pales in comparison to what Mappa is doing here. Mappa CGI is truly amazing. And yeah, it's more like they have to make their CGI amazing with how much work they have to do in such a little amount of time, and crisis results in people finding convenient or not really convenient, I should say, creative ways to overcome crisis. And here, it's just brilliant use of CGI. That's how they're averting crisis. Again, it looks like digital sparks and 2D explosion on top of it that just looks phenomenal. She's closing her eyes. She's basically meditating. I mean, she's literally meditating. And in the last episode, we just saw it go through his shoulder. It went through his whole fucking back and arm. That's kind of disgusting how much he got hurt. But he's been through worse. I fell to the ground. Monkey. I'm fond of Gen Z humor, if you couldn't tell already. Get a Porco shares memories with him. Time to summon the Titans. Just take that. Suck. Eren didn't want that to happen. He said wait, and I think Reiner noticed. Reiner noticed Eren saying wait. Reiner noticed that Eren's not a heartless fucking monster. Zeke is a heartless monster. He will do anything to attain his goals, including this. Falco got some spinal fluid in his mouth. Let go Colt because he's worried that he's going to transform at any second and Colt is going to die. You can see that it does affect Zeke, but he's going to try and enjoy what he does. He's not going to be like his father. Wait till Falco's out of range. And he says stay back to Gabi too, because if he got on the horse and they rode away, Zeke's gonna scream anyway and Gabi would be toast. For one's brother. Only two will do understand the feelings for one's brother. And it cuts to his brother. Then it cuts to Galliard. A half-dead Galliard. And then it shows them, the brothers. So the title, Two Brothers. Who are they talking about? Could be anyone. It's all of them. It's Eren and Zeke. It's Colt and Falco. It's Galliard and Porco. No, they're both the same people. Fuck. What was his brother's name? I totally forgot. Like, what was his brother's name? Marcel. There we go. Galliard and Marcel. These three pairs are the two brothers. Just the entire episode was perfect, including the title. This panel in particular is really giving me Monkey Man vibes. I don't know what that means. I don't know what I mean when I say that, but I think you can understand when I say Monkey Man vibes, right? Because this gives me Monkey Man vibes. He looks like a fucking monkey. It's a shame. Really cool piece of animation here. It's not even smoke, it's like air being shot forward at a very high pace. And again, this is a really good drawing. And the composite team, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the composite team is doing justice to the animation. I never thought I would say that for a map show, but just proves that with just a little bit more time, they're capable of this. And just this frame, right? This is so beautiful. Everything here is 2D. The smoke looks beautiful. Zeke Titan himself looks amazing. And just the center. I think I'm going to use this as the thumbnail. This is the perfect thumbnail because this is just beautiful. Compare this to like an image from the previous season. I'll put it on screen right now. And you can see the difference. One is an extremely well-drawn frame, and the composite team has done a fantastic job at differentiating every single element on your screen, while also making sure that none of the details are lost. And in the other one, it just looks like a blurry fucking mess. Everything is yellow, and almost all the detail is lost. It is such a huge improvement now. This is as best, I'd go as far as saying that this is as good as composite can be. Anything more than this would be like Kyoani level or Ufotable level, but then there's the argument to be made that is it genuine anymore. It's a genuine 2D animation anymore because of the level of digital work that those guys put in. I'd say is it objectively the best? No. I'd say KyoAni, Violet Evergarden, still the best as far as composite goes. And yeah, Ufotable is also better, but I think I prefer this level of composite. Which Studios Attack on Titan? Again, I don't know which studio, not which studio did the composite for the which studio Attack on Titan. I know that this is either in-house. It probably is in-house. Mappa does in-house composite a lot, and they suck at it. Jujutsu Kaisen in-house composite, the episodes that they did in-house composite for, it was terrible. But there were also episodes in Jujutsu Kaisen where the composite was absolutely amazing, like episode 9. And well, this episode they really did go all out, whether it's the animation, the composite, the soundtrack choice. Unfortunately, I can't. Is this in ones? No, it's in twos, but it's really smooth animation. This whole segment, extremely smooth. And again, this is so good. The V Nation appearing throughout his body, just getting thicker. Another example of what I said, like staggering the frames. The guy in the back moved. Nile moved. Guy in the back, Nile. So they're staggering it. The final product is obviously in real time. It looks like both of them are moving together, but it gives a sense of more smoothness because they're actually moving separately. And to our eye, it just detects motion. It feels like it's animated in ones, even though it's animated in twos. Really cool technique. And they notice each other that they're both lighting up. Is this Kakani? I think Kakani is being used here. Or maybe just some slave worker who spent a crazy amount of time in betweening those frames. But I think it's frame interpolation. There is probably some software in play with how smooth they made this one look, with Nile just slowly turning around. Slowly turning his head. Maybe like 1 degree. Yeah, Pixie's having just one last drink. He knows what's up. I mean, he drank the Marlene wine. It's gonna fucking kill him. So let's have more of it. It's not gonna be like he's gonna turn. Maybe he could turn into Rod Race Titan level if he drank too much. Could be a possibility, but no, Rod Race was an exception that I don't think will ever be explained. I don't really care about that. If you know about the mystery of Rod Race's Titan, go ahead. Knock yourself out in the comment section. I'll read it. But yeah, Pixie's just enjoying his drink. I'll miss Pixies. Damn. I'll miss him so much. One of the best characters in Attack on Titan. He's been here since episode 6 or 7. And now we are in what? Episode 70? 75? I don't even know what this is. But yeah, Pixies has been here for a good amount of time. And he's gone now. This whole cut, incredible. The one closest to Zeke, that's obviously Falco transforming, and then all of them transform one by one. Some of the lights, they're thicker than others to depict, and taller than others to depict multiple people transforming in that one location. Again, the composite here, not very good. It's a bit too yellow. It's way too yellow. But then again, this background could be 3D, and they're just trying to hide that. I think the background is 3D, and they're just trying to hide that. They're doing a good job at it. They give a good scale of how big Shiganshina is. And then the Titan, it starts. Again, a very good example of how the composite has become better. You can see there's a lot of smoke here, but it's not lowering the detail in the guys, in the people, the characters. You can see all the detail in their helmets, the wrinkles in their shirt, all the line work, it's all there, even though there's a lot of smoke. So even though there's the amount of smoke is just as much as there was in season 1, they're not lowering the 2D animation's detail to add the smoke. Yeah, these guys, they've never had to face this. And I thought this scene where the Titan was emerging through the smoke looked really cool. There it is. You can already see the silhouette of his head. Oh man, that's creepy. That is fucking creepy. Also, Mappa gives no shits about censorship. Like the way Porco died here. That was fucking ridiculous. It was brutal. Eren with the Eren face. Eren is angry. Armin blows shit up. Probably Satoshi Sakai animating this again, because that man, as I said, he doesn't sleep. Or if he does, he probably just animates explosions in his sleep. He's more passionate than Megumin when it comes to explosions. And these particle effects and the digital particles, I think those are digital, I'm not sure. They're just adding to these scenes. Armin has never looked prettier than this. And then we go to this scene that looks really beautiful. I know I played a big chunk there without pausing. Hope I don't get copyright claimed for that. Mikasa looks beautiful. I mean, she's always been beautiful. Who am I kidding? I fapped to so much Mikasa hentai. The only characters I've fapped to more is... No. I've fapped to Mikasa hentai the most. Right? I think it's Mikasa, 2B from Nier, and Yaoyorozu Momo. In that order. Mikasa's hentai I've fapped to the most. And just, I'm liking Reiner now, man. Like, in the first part, he reminded me of Appius, the current Appius in Osama ranking. He doesn't know which side to pick. He's just pathetic as fuck. Now he knows what the fuck to do, and he will go to any length to do that. He's willing to sacrifice his life to save Falco. And Porco's like, holy fuck, that neck. I guess the nicer they are in real life, the more fucked up their Titan forms get, because this is scary. This is the scariest Titan so far. He looks like a fucking piranha with a neck. It's like a piranha head attached to a giraffe's body, but a thick neck giraffe. Look at that. That is the stuff of nightmares right there. And this shit was just ridiculously brutal. Mappa doesn't give a shit about censorship. I don't want to watch that again. I'm not going to show that. And this scene, Eren just unleashes the power of Sharingan, because I remember hearing the Sharingan sound effect here. That sounds exactly like the Sharingan sound effect. I don't know if they did that on purpose, or maybe the sound designer is similar, but that sounds a lot like the Sharingan. Yeah. That's funny. That's hilarious. I picked that up while I was watching it, and then while watching right now, I remembered that and just wanted to show that. And this, again, a really cool cut here. Just a mini cut. Eren's just popping out of his armor and continuing the rolling. So cool. Such a cool episode. And then it's Connie and Jean who save Eren's life there, because if Reiner got his hand on Eren, he's dead. He's just gonna popping up and eat him. It's gonna be as easy as Yuji swallowing a finger. Mikasa and Armin are caught up fighting Peak and the general. Gabi's out here with a fucking 500 cal sniper. I predicted her to do this. And the recall, the power, the conveyal of the power. It's so cool. It blows her back. I want to frame by frame that. It's a really cool cut. I think it obviously does injure her. Straight through the neck. Again, no fucks given about censorship. Really cool blood animation, very good blood animation, objectively great blood animation. And this, I caught it while I was watching it, but I didn't say anything. I wish I could shake your hand to show a symbol of trust, but I can't. So let's take it. Just take this baseball. Oops, I didn't catch the baseball. He's really just rejecting the handshake, really, to show that, no, I'm not going to follow your plan. And Zeke's smart as fuck. Zeke's not an idiot. He caught up on that. And there's this whole segment. It's what I would consider to be 2.5D animation. Everything, of course, animated in ones because it's not really animated. It's just a bunch of illustrations put together. The frontmost layer rotates the most. The layer behind that rotates a little bit less, and the layer the farthest back rotates the least. So it creates a sense of depth, but it's 2D. So it creates a sense, it's 2.5D. If any one of you played Soul Knight, the game, no, it's not Soul Knight, it's Hollow Knight, right? Hollow Knight. Soul Knight is a fucking trash mobile game. It's not trash, it's good, but it's a mobile game. Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight uses 2.5D animation, and it's really cool. It's a very cool game aesthetically. I'm gonna get copyright claimed so bad. Go through the smoke. Also, every single one of these frames are drawn so well. Another example here, Mikasa is moving the most. Mikasa is moving the most. Armin and Peak are moving at the same speed. So because they're moving at the same speed, it's going to give that sense of depth. And it's done perfectly. This frame, however, does not look very nice. I don't know why they animated the flame like that. Not animate, they drew the flame like that. But it's symbolic, so I'll let it slide. Again, the layers, the debris, the clouds, the sun. You can distinctly tell that they are different layers. This artwork is crazy good. That is 2D Armor Titan having his head blown off. He's still, but all of his bits of armor, the smoke, his armor is at the very front. The smoke is the smoke is one layer back. If you want to go more in depth, want to watch more stuff like this, try watching. It is Nozomu Abe's cut for Fate Heaven's Field 3. And it's not really his cut, it's the making of that cut. They're showing how they added the layers of composite that they did. And there you can really get the sense of depth with all the debris animation that Nozomu Abe does. Nozomu Abe, king of effects animation. And I mean, if you're not going to use his example, whose example are you going to use? This is so cool. I wonder if shots like these have a name. That's Eren without a fucking head. And the blood, right? The blood that's closest to the camera is blurred out. It's out of focus. And Eren is in focus. So you know it's like blood splashing on a screen right now. That is so cool. Insane sequence. Eren's lifeless head. Holy fuck, that's haunting. Yeah, don't look at that upside down. That was fucking haunting. He looks dead as fuck. Zeke's baseball skills really coming into play here. If he didn't grab that, Eren's gone, the plan's failed. Because, you know, the head is only alive for how long? I don't know, let me see. Severed head could retain consciousness for 25 to 30 seconds. And yeah, it's good that dropped right into Zeke's hands. Good that Zeke is a pretty good catcher. Because if that head was down for 25 to 30 seconds, that's it. And Zeke can't move. He lacks a back. He skipped back days. This whole segment absolutely fucking gorgeous. Young Armin cut to royal family. Not really cut. That's the thing. It's seamless. Levi, Sasha and Connie fighting. Falco. I don't know what this is. There's too much motion blur to know what that is. Move to the Colossal Titan in a completely different art style. That is really cool looking art style. It's like Western comic art style. He's drawn like All Might. That's Reiner That's adult Reiner, Jean, and Levi in a sauna? What the fuck? What is this? Is this like a what if? What if Attack on Titan? I mean, it seems like it, because that's never gonna happen. And it's never happened yet. Grisha, young Grisha to older Grisha, with his crazy ass scream. The birb, the key. Think that's Historia. It's gotta be Historia. What the fuck is that? Goth Mikasa? And Armin, what? What is this? Okay. It's parts, right? I do think it's a what. I guess it's a what if at this point. If Mikasa lived in current time, she would totally be a goth, right? And Armin would wear spectacles just like that. And Ymir's path. It opens, and Eren is here. Eren thought he was playing Zeke. Zeke outplayed Eren. Fucking nuts. And then brutal fucking cliffhanger. What an episode. It's going to be the best Attack on Titan episode. Is there one episode that I can think of that I like more than this? I love the Warhammer Titan. Episode 6 of final season. Episode 7 of final season also really good. And of course, Hero and Warrior. Really good episodes. If I had to pick one, I think it would be this. But I do think that this is objectively the best episode. And the way it's set up, it just looks like the next episode, the next few episodes, in fact, they're just going to continue at just this same level of awesomeness. And that's just crazy to me. I'm just going to remove this giant black portion of my screen. I did not watch the preview. I don't think I need to. Just spoilers. Just watching free spoilers. I don't get the idea. I don't know why I would do that. And yeah, man. What an episode. Absolutely mind-blowing with how good it was. And I can't wait for the next one. It's Cliffhanger Sundays with Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan. 2 really fantastic episodes. And that's about it. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. And if you want to watch more of me just talking about anime, reviewing stuff, then maybe subscribe and leave a comment on what I should do next. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Until next time, keep moving forward and destroy your enemies, not your dick.